Hey YouTube, what's up? We have here just a mixed assortment of wheels. You can see, so the black 5 spokes are the only set from the Tokyo Torque wheel accessory pack that I have not used yet. But I used a set of wheels similar to that for a Chevy G20 van, and it looks awesome. So, not sure what I'll do with those, but I'll find a good use. These ones came off of the red Brie 510. You can see a little bit of damage getting them off. That's always a risk that you run. So to get these off, you have to use. I mean, the nice thing about wheel swapping Greenlight is you don't have to drill the base. Needle nose pliers. Most of the time, you can get them off without damaging them. I got these off without damaging them. I got these off without damaging them. And I got these ones here off without damaging them. These came off of the Ford LTD wagon. I've been wanting this casting in a nice civilian deco. And this was basically it. It had those wheels there. The black Steelies with the chrome hubcaps. Nice wheels, but it was more of an undercover cop car. And I just think this is a better look. And I had these wheels available, and I'll show you why in just a minute. But really nice. I mean, they fit perfect. It rolls perfect. I mean, you just really couldn't ask for better. So there's that one. This one, I took the wheels off of a long time ago because this is a duplicate casting. And I used the wheels on this. I painted them silver and put them on an M2 240Z. So the gold wheels, I think, is a nice touch with the satin black. I think that's a really nice looking car. You can see this one, just like the Dodge, came out perfect. Nice roller. Looks good. All right, here's an older wheel swap that I did. I wonder how these black wheels would look on this. I don't know if I can even. Those aren't set right. This is hard to do without a camera, let alone with a camera. But just to try to get an idea, yeah, I think I like the wheels that are on it better. But I did this one, I don't know, probably 6 months ago. And it definitely, in my opinion, looks a lot better. Little fox body notchback. There are some of these coming out with civilian decos. And they're going to have some nice wheels on them. In fact, I think the wheels that they're going to have are going to be on the last car that I'm going to show here. So I did this one. I had to do this one. These wheels were just screaming out for... Really, I think they were screaming out for the blue one. But I don't have a second casting on the blue one. So I went ahead and swapped out this one here. I think it looks great. So these wheels did not come with the white letter tires, so I swapped those out. These are the tires that came with this car. I prefer the white letter tires, so this one's a nice roller as well. Probably need to go a little bit further in getting the wheels on the axles. That's probably the most difficult thing about doing Greenlight wheel swaps. One thing I noticed too, the Tokyo Torque accessory pack, these axles that come with it are way too wide for the 240Z and the 510. I didn't try them on the GTR or the Skyline, but they will not work on the Hako, the 510, or the 240Z. They will have to be cut down in order to make them work. And I didn't do that, so what I ended up doing is I ended up using the axle that came on the car, which, if you look at this one, it just has smooth, blunt ends. And these cars have threaded, it's almost like the end caps are threaded. I don't have one here to show you. Well, let's see if one of these. Yeah, you can kind of see a little bit on this one. If I can get it to focus. I'll do it this way. Alright, if you look down towards the hub, you can see how it's threaded there at the end. And that basically just gives it some bite to the inside of the wheel to keep the wheel on. And so this is the axle that came on this car. So on this car, I did end up using the axles that came from the Tokyo Torque wheel set. That just shows you how wide those axles are, that it worked on this car without issue. And you know, they're not coming off, so that's pretty awesome there. Here is one that I did probably a week ago or so. These wheels, I did have to use adhesive to get the wheels to stay on the axle. But I think this is just a much better look for the car. And obviously I think all of these look much better with the wheels that I put on them. That's why I put the wheels on them. But this one here, for me, takes the cake. I think this one came out awesome. So the wheels that came on this are what went on the Monaco. So they're actually Ford LTD wheels. In fact, I wonder... I don't know. But anyways, so they're a little snug on the car, but the car still rolls. It's still a nice roller, a little bit of resistance. It's not going to roll off the table. And they're a little bit wide, which some people may like, some people may not. To me, I don't mind it so much. I think overall, generally speaking, I think this looks pretty nice. And so the thing is, with most of these castings, like the Volkswagen, the LTD, this 510, this 510, these are all castings that I have duplicates of. So if I fumble one up and screw it up, I still have a stock backup. But was able to complete all of these wheel swaps without any kind of issue. And The only one I don't have duplicates of is the Dodge Monaco. But there you go, Greenlight wheel swaps. So, as I mentioned, if you're going to remove wheels from a car, don't drill the base. Avoid it if you can. What you want to do is take the tire off of the rim, grab onto the rim, applying just the right amount of pressure. You don't want to apply too much because you'll crush the wheel or damage it, and same thing if you don't apply enough. If you don't apply enough pressure, this will slide off of the wheel and these grips will just tear up the wheel. And that's what we have right here. That's what that is. So you have to apply just the right amount of pressure when pulling off. And then basically with my left hand, I firmly grip the car, and with my right hand, I pull the wheel off. And what will happen is whichever one of the wheels has the least resistance will pop off of the axle. So sometimes when you pull this wheel off, sometimes the axle will come with it, sometimes it won't. But either way, you get the wheels freed of the car. And then what you have to do, you'll have basically an axle with one wheel on it. This part takes 2 pairs of pliers. So with one pair, preferably not needle nose, you hold the axle, and then with the other pair you do the same thing with the wheel. You take the tire off and you pull the wheel off, and you're basically, you have both hands, each hand on a set of pliers, and you're pulling just straight away from each other, and that'll free the wheel from the axle. And then at that point you can start application to whichever wheels and car you're going to configure, or whatever term you want to use. So it's not difficult. It might take a little bit of practice. I've probably ruined a handful of cars or wheels in doing this, but I feel pretty comfortable with it now. Not totally comfortable. Like for me, it would have been ideal for me to put these wheels on this car. I think that would have looked really good. But these Bishop exclusive cars are just so hard to come by that I figured I would just leave them stock. I love the yellow Pennzoil. I really think that's my favorite of the 3. But yeah, so if you have any questions about Greenlight wheel swaps, comment below. They're a lot easier to do than Hot Wheels, just because you don't have to drill the base. But no brand is as easy as Johnny Lightning. The 2-piece wheels and tires just make it so easy, because you literally just pull the tire off and the rim will come with it. And if you have 2 cars with interchanging wheels, you can do a full wheel swap in less than a minute. With Greenlight, yeah, it takes a little bit longer, but mostly it depends on if you run into an issue or not, because sometimes you will run into an issue. Sometimes you'll get the wheels off cleanly, and then you'll go to put the new wheels on, and you won't be able to get them all the way onto the axle. That's kind of what's going on with this one. They need to be tightened. But I'm just too tired right now. If I try to force it, I'll screw it up. So I'll wait till tomorrow. But that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully this video helps you out. Hopefully you learned something. But yeah, I mean, get creative. Especially now with Greenlight selling these wheel packs. My entire Johnny Lightning collection, very few of them have the stock wheels. Most of them have been changed out. So This is a part of the hobby that I haven't really engaged in very much. I typically don't like to do this. I prefer to keep my cars stock as they came from Greenlight. But if Greenlight's not going to provide us with a Ford LTD wagon with chrome 5 stars, I'll just make one. If they're not going to provide us with a Dodge Monaco civilian deco, I'll just make one. And there you go. So check me out on Instagram. I'll have pictures of these up. A couple of them are already up. But yeah, check me out on Instagram. Same moniker, Heavy Metal 164. And I'll holler at you all later on at the next video.